Back on Monday of this week, I received my first ever ant queen, the Lasius Niger, otherwise known as the black garden ant. I posted that video, the unboxing video, as my first video on this channel, and this is the end of week 1 update. This is a picture of her taken on Wednesday, the 17th. And as you can see, she's just hanging around in her test tube. She's rearranged the sand a little bit, and nothing else much has happened. In the first video, I stated that I had a better camera and I would get it set up. Unfortunately, I found out that that camera is no longer functional because batteries were left in it for years. So I got a new camera and got that set up this morning and was able to take a few pictures of Her Majesty in her tube, and she appears to have been pretty happy with her new environment. She has been laying eggs, which were not there on Wednesday. So, in doing a little bit more research this week about proper, treatment of the ants, obviously she basically needs to be left alone. But I have read that, um, as she's starting to develop her brood, a drop of sugary water or honey is not a bad thing. So I decided that it was time to give her a little treat. To prepare to feed the queen, first I got a roll of parchment paper. Then I got some honey. This is a jar of pure honey. You can tell that it's pure honey because it says so on the label. Also, little known fact, pure honey goes fuzzy if you stare at it too closely, so don't make it nervous. Next up, we have a
pointed stick.
This is what will be used to transfer the honey from the jar to the piece of parchment paper. It is important to be very careful when using a
pointed stick
because they are sharp and you could poke your eye out, kid. This is a pair of tweezers. They're boring. Who cares? Next, we're going to take the piece of parchment paper that I took off the roll, not previously shown, and cut it with the pair of scissors, not previously shown, to make a small little square that's about the right size to fit into the test tube. As you make your little tiny parchment paper square, just don't worry about the rest of the parchment paper. You can go ahead and waste it.
What is this parchment paper doing left here with a square cut out?
Just don't let your wife find out. Next, we're going to open up the honey, and we are going to take our
pointed stick
and dip it into the jar of honey just to get enough to make a tiny little drop on this nonstick. I said nonstick parchment paper. The tiny little drop, you can see it's about the size of the head of like the tip of a ballpoint pen. Next, close up your honey and get ready to feed it to your ant. Here we have the test tube with the queen in it and her new brood of eggs and the little drop of honey. The next step, and this I'm just recording as I do it, so bear with me here, but just going to very carefully remove the cotton ball that blocks the end of the tube and take our boring tweezers and insert our little parchment paper honey drop into the tube. Make sure that it's in far enough that the queen can easily get to it without interfering with the cotton ball. And then just reinsert the cotton ball. And then that's it. Now, she seemed to notice maybe the scent of it pretty quickly, but she's, had a stressful week. She was being shipped for several days longer than expected, and here you can see she's what's going on? Something's going on. But she didn't go and actually start eating the honey while I was filming. So spoiler alert, sorry. But I wanted to just get her back into her peace and quiet as quickly as possible since she's just got her new eggs and a new environment. So once I'd fed the honey to her, I went ahead and put the aluminum foil wrapper back on the test tube and left her in peace and quiet. And I will check back in on her in another 2 days or so. So that is pretty much it. The ant has been given the option of a meal. She's been here for 6 days and has already started laying eggs. And as a new ant keeper, this is very exciting. So, um, this has been Ants Baltimore, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.